Welcome to another episode of 27 Letter Podcast. My name is Lanre Onigbinde Bay. Today, we're catching up with somebody that I hope you guys are familiar with if you've watched one of our past interviews. Chelsey, a.k.a. Skully Arkarakas, right?
Yeah, you got it.
So, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I know your birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
March 8th, International Women's Day, ironically. I got you some merch, you know. We got that
Beautiful
logo going on.
I love it.
And my latest book, The Timekeeper of Justice. That's for you.
Thank you so much. I love it. I'm hyped. This is dope.
You like it, eh?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I know you're artist.
Yeah.
You know, so you
I
know.
appreciate that. That caught my eye. As soon as you came in, I saw it right away. I was like, he's got something new on.
Yeah. So right now we're at at your tattoo shop that you work at now.
Yes.
Last time we spoke, you were still apprenticing,
I
believe?
was apprenticing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
That
apprenticing.
was like 3 years ago, right?
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had just started an apprenticeship. I think, I was only maybe like 2 months into the apprenticeship there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now 3 years later, I see if you go on her Instagram, she's just doing major works, you know, with some beautiful artwork.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, she's gonna do something for me, you know what I mean? And throughout this interview, you guys are gonna see what she did. We're gonna go through some of her sketches so far that she's worked on. What do you got here?
This is my flash book. So these are pieces that I've designed that I want to tattoo.
Okay.
So some of them are hand-drawn. Some of them are designed on my iPad.
Okay.
So these are just things that I want to do.
Criminal by law.
Hustler by nature.
Hustler by nature.
It's a set. It's supposed to be on the outer forearms like that.
Okay. This is crazy.
Harley Quinn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The bullet. Okay. I might have to get some, you know, make you guys see some of these stuff. This is crazy. And what's in here?
This is my portfolio. So this is my artwork that I've done throughout the years. So from this shop, from my apprenticeship here, we can actually start from
cool
here.
Stuff.
So yeah, this is
crazy stuff, yo.
Yeah.
Look at that. That one's freaky with the 4 eyes.
Envy. That's the 7 Deadly Sins theme. So I tried to do envy with the 4 eyes, right? Watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mesmerizing.
Jeez. This is some cool, ill stuff, man. You got major skills.
Thank you. I have a great teacher too, man.
Yeah, yo. My God, this is crazy, yo.
That's
How long does it take you to do this?
Man.
Because it's all pencil, right?
It's all pencil. Yeah, it depends. I'd say, I don't know. I've sped up now. But before, I'd say maybe like a day or two.
That's it?
Yeah, like this I think I did in a day or two. You know what? I'm lying. These ones probably longer, maybe like a week.
Well,
not straight, but you know.
If you listen to our previous interview, you know we touched on it, how her mother early on had to, because she was so crazy with artwork that she had to put paper on the wall.
She had to put newspaper on the wall.
Because she kept on drawing on the wall, so her mom's like, yo, I gotta put paper on the wall because you're just bugging.
I wouldn't stop, yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Consequences did not
when
matter.
most children were doing stick figures, she's doing in-depth drawings. Like, it's crazy. Look at this. That's crazy.
Yeah, little dog smoking a cigar.
Oh, man. So
just messing
what
around.
I had planned out for you to do is my children's initials, MOB, and the lettering that I wanted to use. We talked about it. What's it called? Scarification?
Scarification, yeah.
So
the style.
The style,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are familiar how some people like to carve in their skin. And so I'm not going to go actual carving. I'm going to go tattoo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm going to do the tattoo.
Better option.
Yeah. I'm going to get the initials with a 5-point star.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
In between it.
I've been trying to get you to get a tat for a while.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I think my girl's going to do the same thing.
Yeah?
She says once I get mine, she's going to get a smaller version of it.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? So that's what's up. But let's get into it, you know. It's been a couple of years since the incident that got us to initially do our interview. I'm just gonna do a quick recap.
Yeah.
Of what the drama was that got you arrested. first of all charged with second-degree murder, and then eventually the charges were dropped. So I'm just gonna go through it quickly, and you could chime in. I'm gonna ask you to verify some things for me. So I'm just going based off of memory, but you had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
At one point you were living at home with your mom, and then you guys had your issues, you and your mom, and I think you were in university at that point, but then she kicked you out, and that caused you to drop out of school because you had to pay rent and whatnot.
Well,
right?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
I was already wanting to drop out of school before that, so it was kind of like you either have to be in school to live here, kind of deal,
And ironically, you wanted to be a homicide detective by day, and a tattoo artist by night. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's ironic that you end up getting charged for murder.
It's so crazy, man.
So, but obviously you didn't go the homicide detective route.
No.
We're in the tattoo shop, as you can see, and I guess maybe less than a year after you've been on your own, you had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And you guys were like together for like what?
It was almost a year. I think it was like 11 months.
11 months.
I think.
Okay.
But that's.
So were you with him before you moved out, or you met him after you moved out?
After.
So within the year that you moved out, you met your boyfriend, and then in that year, like you guys decide to move in together, and in that first month, prior to that, he wasn't abusive at all.
No.
But the minute you moved in with him, he became abusive, and in that month, you went through a lot. And
it was moving day, even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he knew
again,
he had me.
We get in depth with what happened that time in our past interview. So if you want to watch it, go check it out. You know what I mean, on the YouTube page. So a month of you dealing with abuse. Eventually, you fled. Mm-hmm. His friends actually helped you fled the scene with it, fled away. Yeah. And in that month, so like for like a month, you guys didn't really communicate, but he would periodically just send you pictures of his new girl, just trying to, you know what I mean, get you jealous. I don't know what he was trying to do, but in that month, I guess there was a time in was it November? What was the date? November
16th or 17th.
So November 16th, I believe, he called you and somehow sweet talked you into coming to see him.
Yeah, he wanted to apologize.
So that was the basis of him calling you. You know, this is like a month after you fled from him.
Yeah.
So So this is all happened within 2 months. So you moved in, dealt with the abuse for a month. Then you moved out for a month. You didn't see him, and then out of the blue he contacts you, and he's able to persuade you to come over to this house, which happens, unbeknownst to you, to be his baby mother's house. Yeah. Which you didn't even know he had baby mamas. That's another thing. You didn't know he had children. So there's a lot of manipulation and lying going on with this person, and in him. Getting you over to the place, once you got over there, you realize he was drunk and every time he abuses you, he's always drunk.
Yeah, when I got there was a bunch of empty cans on the table.
Yeah.
That's when I realized that, he'd been drinking.
So at that point, it was kind of too late, and you knew that, okay, I need to flee, I need to leave this situation because it's not going to end well. Because you were just looking for closure. You were just saying, yo, why did you apologize? I mean, I just wanted an apology?
I just wanted an apology. He was so sincere on the phone, and we were on the phone for hours. It's not like he just called me 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, let's go. No.
It was a manipulation thing.
Yeah, for hours, right? Yeah. And so I did know that he had a baby mom. I didn't know that was her house.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
so when you got to the house, you seen signs that it was her house.
That it was her house, yeah.
So at that point, you were like...
I was like, what the fuck? Where am I?
And then that's when things kind of went awry because he realized the jig is up. Whatever he had planned was up.
Yeah.
And then he made it clear to you that you weren't going to leave the place alive, you know? In fact, I believe that what you said was like you had 20 body piercings, and by the time the end of this abuse, which went on for 25 minutes, you had 6?
There was 6 left.
6 left. So, and according to you, and I quote, you said your face looked like a blueberry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you guys can imagine the abuse he endured. And while the abuse was going on, you're just thinking of ways to escape. And he made it clear to you that he's going to kill you.
Yes.
So somehow there was a knife somewhere where you found, and he didn't realize you were able to have it, and eventually you stabbed him in his leg, and it hit a major artery. And I guess he didn't know that he was bleeding that bad, because after you stabbed him, he really didn't react in any way.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, you stabbed me.
Yeah, why
Why'd
did you stab me? Yeah, which was crazy.
Why'd you stab me? Like,
And
what?
then eventually, because of the blood loss, he pretty much lost consciousness.
Yeah.
And that's how you were able to escape the situation.
Pushed him off me. I felt his body go limp, and I was like, there we go.
Yeah. And
I can do this now.
And there was a laundry list of injuries that you sustained, and you went to the hospital, and even before the ambulance came for you, you were concerned for him.
Yeah.
You told the paramedics, go to this house because this guy's bleeding. I stabbed him, ready to take.
Yeah, I tried to get him an ambulance.
Yeah, you're remorseful and you're very transparent with the paramedics and the homicide detectives and the police. But they still charge you, which was crazy, with second-degree murder.
Yeah, in the condition that I was in.
I don't know. That
Yeah.
Like I said, I've said it in our last interview. My Empress, she works with abused women and children, and I hear the stories. And sometimes women are scared to go to the cops. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they might not be believed or taken seriously. Mm-hmm. And so, like, this is a perfect example. Like, after what you've gone through with the medical records showing all the injuries, they still charge you with second.
They still charge me.
So you were incarcerated for like a month. Eventually, you got bail. Yeah. And then eventually 7 months after the incident, I believe in April, this incident happened in November. In April, finally, a preliminary hearings, they dropped the charge, which shouldn't have even went that far. But we got, that's why, and then when you were in the news, and I was like, that's why I found out about you. I was like, man, I need to sit down with you.
Crazy.
You know? So it's been 3 years since.
3 years since our interview.
Yeah.
4 years since the incident.
Yes, yes.
We did the interview on the exact 1 year mark, actually.
Yes. So, how you been?
I've been good, man.
So how's the road to healing and recovery from this traumatic situation been for you?
You know what? So I look back at it now, because we did that interview a year later, and I felt all right then, right? I didn't feel like I had any PTSD. I wasn't like shaking in my bed or anything. But now that I look back at it, 4 years later, 1 year was actually like way too soon for me too. Like I look back and it's like, no, like I was still dealing with it.
You're still fresh.
It was still fresh. Even though it might not seem like it when you're talking to me, I look back now and I think about the mindset that I was in. And yeah, it was still fresh. I was still dealing with it.
Well, I think 10 years from now, you'll have a different perspective.
I'll probably look back at this mark and be like, fuck you.
No, because you're evolving. You're evolving. Every day you're evolving. You're learning more about yourself. You're open book. We're all an open book.
Yeah. So,
you got to know yourself. You got to, get to know yourself. And going through something like this, you really get to know yourself and know what you're capable of. What you're made of. So looking back, how do you feel about the person you were 3 years ago compared to who you are today?
Oh, man. 3 years ago, I was a very strong person. I can't lie. I'm very proud of myself for who I was 3 years ago. And compared to me now, I have not changed one bit. Like, this whole situation, it never took away any part of me. I am still the person that I always was, but I've only grown now, right? Like, it hasn't made me change my judgment on people, the way that I treat people, right?
It hasn't tainted you.
No, it hasn't tainted me. He didn't take anything away from me.
Amazing. That's amazing. Because there's a lot of women who go through similar situations and it changes their life forever.
Yeah, they're like jaded.
Yeah, they're like scared to go out, can't be in a relationship, you know what I mean? So on and so forth.
Yeah.
What were some of the most powerful lessons you've learned from your experience with the abuse and the legal system?
Ooh, with the legal system, a lesson that I've learned from the legal system, it's a tricky one, man. let me talk about the abuse first while I think over the legal system one. So with the abuse, that did teach me a lot, unfortunately, I guess, you know. I'm the type of person that learns lessons the hard way. Always have been like that. So if that's the extent that I had to get to,
that's extreme. That was extreme.
I'll take it. It is what it is, okay? Clearly I can handle it.
But you guys don't have to go through what she went through.
No.
Learn from her.
Learn from my mistakes. What did it teach me? It taught me my self-worth. After going through that rock bottom, I realized what I'm really worth. And nobody deserves to feel like that. It also taught me a lot of how to recognize the signs, you know? So now I'm able to go through, navigate.
The red flags.
Yeah, I can navigate through the world and not give people benefit of the doubt when something is reminding me of this person. Because it's
your
happened.
Instincts, because I remember from the interview, your instincts were kind of going off, even going to that house. Your instincts were going off, but you went against it.
I wasn't listening, yeah. So now I listen to my instincts.
I
had
to learn the hard way too with my instincts. I don't know why we feel like we know better. Because a lot of people don't understand that. Yes, you see the voice in our head. Yeah. We hear it, and it's our voice. Because the voice in your head is not my voice. It's your voice. It's your own voice that you hear. But a lot of people don't understand. It's like, it's really connected to source, to whether God, Allah, universe, whatever you want to call it. That's the voice of that source talking to you, guiding you. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we kind of ignore it, thinking that, oh, it's just you talking to yourself. Yeah. But it's actually you being connected to source, you know? So a lot of times when we're thinking, the process should be listening. We should be listening, knowing that it's coming from source. You know what I mean? Listen. Yeah. So, yeah. Man.
I love that. That's a beautiful way of putting it.
Yeah, no, seriously. We got to listen. We got to listen to source. We got to listen to that in a voice, because it really will lead you wrong.
At the end of the day, we're primal beings. You know what I mean? We have that instinct. We live in a society where it's kind of like we're a little bit disconnected from it because we don't have to rely on that in such a comfortable world, right? But at the very end of the day, you do have that feeling in your gut, that feeling in your soul, that voice in the back of your head saying, hey, something's going on. And that's you getting connected again to that primal, self-preservation.
Yes. Right? Yes. So, what do you think about the legal system as far as your experience with the legal system? What did that teach you?
Don't talk to them. I don't know. That's still where I'm at with it. I'm still angry. I'll be honest. I'm still angry at the system for it. I don't think I ever won't be. Right?
I understand. Yeah. I think most people that's been in your position or just had experience with the legal system could understand where you're coming from. Just being disappointed and being
very disappointed. This is the biggest thing for me, though. It's like, okay, I understand the legal system on paper, right? So yes, I was arrested, charged with murder too, right? But it was dropped. Like, the extent of the injuries that I had, that is what it really takes. That bad is what it really takes for it to be dropped for self-defense. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what? What I heard, there's my appeal lawyer was a guy named Tim Breen. And basically, he was telling me, because I had a friend who was going to court and his case was kind of teetering on self-defense. Yeah. And he was saying basically, like, self-defense is going to be a thing that they don't really want people to stand up for themselves. I don't know what it is, yo. It's like they want you to always defer. The days of the macho man or whatever, where you're like, where you want to take matters into your own hand, they don't want you taking matters into your own hands anymore. They really want you to defer. They want you to be docile.
Submissive, docile. Yeah.
Just be like, okay, I can't do nothing. I'm just going to have to rely on. Yeah. But that's not the case. That's within the Constitution, you have a right to defend yourself, like it says that, you know?
Absolutely.
So, like...
In the States, too, if somebody breaks into your home with a weapon and you defend your home, you're not being charged.
Yeah, well, it depends on the state. Yeah, but yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But here...
Stand your ground.
We had another case. Did you hear about it? Here, was it in Etobicoke maybe, somewhere Peel region, I think, or Brampton, where the guy home got broken into in the middle of the night with guys with guns. So he was a legal gun owner, and he shot one of the guys.
Oh, yes, and he got charged.
And he got charged.
He eventually got dropped, yeah.
It eventually got dropped, but still, these guys come into your home with guns. They break into your home, trespass into your space while you're sleeping with guns, and you get charged?
It's almost like they know it's self-defense, but they don't want to promote it. They don't want to promote that idea that you could stand up for yourself. So they'll just put you to the gauntlet just enough that you doubt yourself next time. You know what I mean? Because God forbid if you find yourself in a position, or somebody else might find themselves in a position like that, they might be hesitant to defend themselves because they're like, oh man, if I do something, I'm gonna get charged.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're scared.
Yeah. So it's a catch-22. Oh. Anyways, was there a turning point in your healing journey where you felt like you started to reclaim your life? Yeah.
Okay. So when I started apprenticing, I had joined a shop that was all women, and that was probably one of the best decisions I could have done for myself at that time in my life.
Was this? Why did you do that? Was it?
Well, it actually wasn't on purpose.
Okay.
It was a coincidence. It just so happened to be, right? And that was amazing for me because now I felt really safe all the time, right? And it's not like I felt unsafe with men, but I was still a little bit like,
no, you're traumatized.
If I'm gonna spend my entire day with people, let me just spend it with the girls, you know?
Right? Where you feel safe.
Yeah.
You feel there's non-threatening and whatnot.
The turning point was actually when I came here with all men, right?
So this tattoo parlor is, are you the only?
I'm the only female here, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ironic.
So that was the part where I started to really see the growth in myself and starting to reclaim myself, because now I put myself back into that position. Like, it's a normal position.
Yeah, but being through what you went through, you're scarred.
It was a big change for me, right? To be from all women, now all men. And I've been here for 2 years, right? So that was 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I had only been dealing with or healing for 2 years, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's amazing that you went through that process where it's like, it's almost like you went through the training. You put the training wheels back on of you getting back out there with the girls.
Yeah.
And then once you felt comfortable, you think, okay, let me take the training wheels off.
Take them off,
We'll go around the boys now.
Yeah,
we'll go around the sharks.
With the boys, yeah.
Yeah, we're around the sharks.
One of the boys. Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who feels trapped in an abusive relationship but doesn't know how to leave?
I've thought about this so many times over the years, and the only thing was the question that they don't know how to leave.
Yeah. Like, what advice would you give someone who feels trapped in an abusive relationship and doesn't know how to leave?
Ask somebody to help you, man. Like, legit.
Open your mouth.
Yeah, open up. Don't hide it. I only got out because I got help. I don't think I would have been able to figure it out on my own either. And I probably would have been too scared. Once I knew I had help and I had people here
in your corner
on my side, I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Because all of a sudden I wasn't alone anymore. Mm-hmm. Like the way that he isolated me mentally and psychologically in that time, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have trouble leaving, you got to talk to somebody, anybody.
Find somebody you trust.
Somebody.
Yeah. And there's organizations out there, like, again, there's plenty of organizations that you as a woman could go to, and you know, they'll help you, they'll protect you, and so on and so forth. And even navigating the legal side of it, they'll help you navigate that, because there's a whole restraining order and all that stuff you got to deal with. You know what I mean? So
it's such a complex situation. I wish the answer was easy, but it's not.
Especially when you have children too with somebody.
I can't even imagine.
Imagine your child with that dude.
I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing to navigate for women, you know.
Yep.
How did the legal battle impact your mental and emotional well-being, and what helped you cope during that time? Well, because you were locked up for a month, so in that time, like, what was your mental state like, and just how did you?
My mental state, I didn't think I was going to be getting out. My lawyer had prepped me to be in there until after New Year's at least, so I thought I was already going to do at least 3 months, and then I also didn't think that I was going to get bail. I was like, why would they release me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's very rare that you get billed. It happens.
Yeah.
But that's how you know the case is weak. When you get billed on a murder charge, you know the case is weak.
Yeah, the circumstances, they're like, we can't.
Yeah.
We could let her out. So my mental state when I was in there, and also I thought I was going to get the manslaughter. So I was already like prepped for that. I was like, okay, 10 years, I'll be out in 6. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, 31 when I'm out. Okay, what am I going to do with my time? I'm like, all right, I'm weak right now. Let's do some push-ups. Let's eat some food. Let's do some drawings. I was drawing on the walls over there. So my mental state, I was just like, all right, I'm here for the ride now. This is where I'm at.
This is it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you pretty much accepted your
I accepted it.
You accepted it.
I mean, it happened. I did it. It's not like...
No.
You know what I mean?
There's no mystery. There's no mystery.
There was no mystery around it. So I was like, well, if this is what the system is, then fuck it. Here I am.
So that's how you coped with that time. Is that you just accepted.
I accepted it. Yeah. That was it. Simple as that.
And I think that's a key factor in life in general, where we tend to swim against the current.
Yeah.
And then that's when you drown. Just go with the current, and whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Well, that's.
I can't even lie. I wasn't even in there for long. When I came out, I actually gained weight. Like I was eating. I was straight up.
You getting rest.
I was getting rest. I was working out too, because all I was thinking about was 50 Cent. Straight up. And I'm like, yo, I'm a small girl. No one's gonna mess with me in here. I can't. So when I got out and I started putting my clothes on, I was like, fuck, these are kind of tight. I was like, that was quick.
No, I did the same thing. As soon as I got in there, I started working out, because again, I'm not the biggest person either, So I remember when I first when I got sentenced, that I got sent to the federal penitentiary. Mm-hmm. It's so embarrassing. I couldn't do the chin up. I needed help. Now I could do it, but it was just those things I had to get adjusted to and just get used to.
I mean, you got the time. Fuck.
Now that you've become a tattoo artist, how has your art helped you heal or express your journey?
Oh, it's so great. Art has always been expression for me. So now being in the shop, being a tattoo artist, and I get to do art every day, because a tattoo's a little different, right? Like I could bang off a tattoo like this in a day, more or less, right? An art piece like one of the ones on my portfolio would take me maybe a few, right? Certain ones I did quicker, but let's say on average like 4 days for a piece. Tattooing is very rewarding because you get it all done in one session, right? Unless it's huge. So it's kind of like, I feel like I'm banging off a lot of work constantly, right? I have my safe space here, and I have all my art supplies over here. I used to have it at home and make a mess everywhere. Now I make my mess here in a nice little studio. So it's good. It's always been my expression. So
this is like your therapy. This is your safe. This is where you feel at home.
I lucked out that it's my passion and it's my therapy. I got lucky with that. Right?
No,
double
that's
whammy.
Good. And you said you've always wanted to work here from when you were a teenager. Yeah. So how long has the tattoo shop been here?
This one's 12 years.
Yeah.
But I think it was 12 years when I came here. So now it might be 14.
Okay.
14 years, I'd say.
So that's dope that you were eyeing it for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, you manifested it.
I think so. You know, this was the first tattoo shop I ever discovered. Like when Instagram came out, because I actually live around here, right? I live in the neighborhood. So when you're on Instagram and you're seeing stuff, like you see stuff that's relevant to you, local, right? This was the first shop I ever found. And I was like, wow, the work these guys do here is insane. And I looked at my work at the time. I was probably like, I don't know, 17, 16, I'm not sure. I looked at my work at the time, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, this is no good. I got to get like these guys.
Now you're up there with them.
And now I'm here.
Now you're up
being
there.
topped by the great.
Yeah. That's dope. I'm glad that artwork and just the whole environment of where you are now with your artwork and the tattooing is just part of your healing journey. You know what I mean? Like for me, part of my healing is working out. I built a home gym,
nice.
So when I'm ready, I just go downstairs.
That's awesome.
And then even with my family, just being around my children, that's part of my healing. So
I'm trying to do that right now. I have a grappling dummy.
Okay.
But it's only half full, half stuffed.
Yeah, you said you got into
jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
For a while.
For a few months. What was it, like 3-4 months, I'd say? Yeah, I had to quit. It was just a little bit expensive.
Okay, but it allowed you to get some of that pent-up energy.
Yeah, I did. It was so cool. It's nice to learn. I would actually also recommend every female to learn jiu-jitsu. Every female needs to learn jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why jiu-jitsu specifically?
Well,
why not karate or the other?
Jiu-jitsu is all grappling, right?
Okay, because that's where you could find yourself in a situation where you're just wrestling with somebody.
So there was one class. How it works is basically you do open rolls. That's what you do. It's like you roll. So people will be like, oh, you want to roll? And then you start rolling on the mats, right? And you just get into whatever positions to try and submit the other person. And there was a lot of positions.
I ain't messing with you.
I was a newbie, right? I was getting my ass kicked all the time. But there was a lot of positions that I was getting into where I was like, this is probably what a sexual assault is like. And then the fact that I knew what I need to be doing with my body to not allow myself to submit to this person, that's when I was like, every woman needs to learn this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
absolutely.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Highly recommended.
I agree with that. And also, it doesn't hurt to go to the gun range and learn how to
I want to do that too.
shoot a pistol. Yeah, me and my girl go sometimes, to the gun range,
Which one?
I can't remember, something north, it's somewhere north.
Target?
I can't remember. I don't think it's Target. I'm not sure what it's called.
All right.
I've only went there once, but I want to go back.
Let me know. I've been trying to go.
No, you just go, just pull up, It's dope, and it's therapeutic too. You know what I mean? Just letting off some steam, it's pretty cool. Are there any misconceptions about your story or domestic violence in general that you'd like to address?
Misconceptions about my story? Well, I'm sure people that are not on my side have some misconceptions about what happened, right? But all I have to say is evidence.
The legal system has spoken.
Oh, yeah, legal system has spoken. Because, I have my disclosure and everything, and I got some statements in there from some people. They were saying complete and utter bullshit. So
false statement.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know what story you guys want to tell.
Well, that's the victim side, right, of the family or the friends, whoever that's on the victim side saying all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, the legal system has spoken. They did the investigation thoroughly, obviously, because they kept the charge. It's not like they dropped the charge right away or didn't even charge you. They charged you. You went through the process, stayed a month in jail, eventually got bail, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
What role did support system, whether friends, family, or professionals, play in your recovery? Like, just to let people know, again, you had your relationship with your mom at that point before the abuse, before you got into the situation. Part of the reason why you weren't even home is because it was a little rocky. Yeah. Your dad wasn't really around. He was in the States, but I think he was here at that point. Aurelia, I think. He was living in Aurelia, I think. Aurora, one of them spots.
Newmarket, somewhere over there.
Yeah, so, and when you got charged, they rallied around you. Your mom came through and your dad came through.
Oh, no, my dad.
No?
He came through after.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. After you got charged. Like, that's what I'm saying. They rallied around you when you got arrested. You know what I mean? Your dad. I remember you said your dad called the police station one day and the guy was like, excuse me, something about the cop basically was trying to
your daughter
cast
killed
spells.
That man.
Yeah, they're trying to cast spells and put doubt in your dad's mind, and your dad was like, "Look,
you.
asshole." Yeah.
With all due respect, fuck you.
There you go.
Click.
So
I love that.
The folks, your folks have rallied around you. You know what I mean? So how has it been since then? Like with your family?
So good. Oh yes, it's been amazing. I have a great relationship. Yeah, with my mom, my grandfather, my uncle, my aunt, everybody. Right. I probably couldn't have done it without them. Like my friends as well. My family was very supportive because I was having some outbursts here and there. Right. A lot of stress pent up while I was dealing with the charges. And,
naturally.
And they were very supportive. They just let me express whatever I needed to express. Nobody took anything personally. It's not like I was the one attacking them, right?
What about your dad? How's your relationship with your dad now?
I mean, he's cool. I mean, it's kind of like same shit. Like, not the closest, but he's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You could call him and talk to him.
Not really.
No. No.
Nah.
So
unfortunately,
after you came out and those charges were dropped, he never sought to like just continue to be your protector or just be around you.
You know, I don't want to say too much, but I know he means the best. I know he means well. But there's just certain things about a person that they're just hardwired a certain way, where you can't change a person to a certain extent. I know he means the best. Much love to him. If he ever wants to chat one day, like, we can chat and all, but I don't think it can.
So when's the last time you spoke to him?
A while ago.
Wow.
Yeah, shit happens, you know?
It is what it is.
It's all good. Still love the guy, but I think it's better.
I get it. I get it. If you could speak to your younger self before all this happened, what would you say to her?
If I could speak to my younger self before all this happened, I'd tell her, you're all right. You're okay. Don't worry about it. Don't stress.
You think you felt you're under a lot of pressure growing up?
Like, I think, yeah. Growing up, I had very low self-esteem. I was very self-conscious. And I just, very low self-worth, right? I was constantly trying to please other people, putting myself at the very last of the list constantly, right? And clearly that's how I got myself into a situation like that, right? That only kind of makes sense. That's where it came from, was a lack of self-worth. So if I could talk to my younger self, I'd probably just boost her up and be like, you're good. Don't listen to everybody else.
Don't listen to outside noises.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You're fine, yeah. You'll be okay.
I second that too. Because I feel like that's one thing I struggled with growing up, especially being physically abused by my own father, is that, you know, I look for outside sources for validation, you know? So self-esteem was very low. Putting myself around people that probably didn't have my best interest in hand.
That too.
So, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you know, so, but eventually, once you get to a certain point and you go through these things and you hit rock bottom and you got to pick yourself back up and it's like, okay, you know what? You could do this. You can do this. And that's when you reclaim you. You reclaim your identity. You reclaim who you are.
That's an important thing that I feel like everybody needs to do, even like regardless of like a very traumatic situation like this. Everybody needs to heal their inner child. Like,
big time.
Go rewind a little bit.
Well, so one thing I always look for when I connect with people is speaking with their inner child. If I can't connect with you, if my inner child can't connect with your inner child, then we really don't have a relationship. We're not really talking about that. Most of the relationships, sacred relationship I have, it's through our inner child talking to each other. You know what I mean? So like with my Empress, that's one thing we have. You know, like, I know what she went through growing up, and she knows what I went through growing up. So we could understand each other in that way.
I hope I get that one day.
Inshallah, one day. That reminds me. So have you been dating? Because I remember you had a boyfriend when we first did the interview.
I was seeing somebody. Yeah. Okay. Still making bad choices. Let me just say that.
But not as bad as before.
Nothing
abusive.
No. Okay. God, no.
Okay.
So actually, around that time, I still made bad choices. I was still giving dudes benefit of the doubt, because you would have thought that a dude, like, because everybody knows what I've been through, right?
So when you meet a person, you're not hiding it. You're not trying.
I'm not hiding it. But so I've seen, two people. Both of them already knew what I had been through from their own. Like, one of them had known me from before. The other one had met me afterwards, but he knew already. So you would think that they would kind of be, you know, understanding, you know, nice, like, oh, fuck, this girl's been through a lot, let's not mess with her.
Yeah, treat you with gloved hands and just try to.
This is the thing I'm noticing with me now. It's crazy. So I feel like now that people know that I can get like this, that I have that capability, now this may be a stretch, but I feel like it kind of like dampens their ego a bit about themselves. It's like a real narcissistic thing. So these people poke at me a lot. Yeah, I've been having issues. Can't lie.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah, so
So it's trying to aggravate.
not
Bring out a side of you.
not aggravate like if anything physical, but listen, I've been
No, I know
having
not
issues with,
aggravate
like,
you. I mean like just
I feel like
emotionally.
yeah, they're trying to outsmart me. They're trying to be like, oh yeah, she's not that tough. Oh, look at me, like whatever, that kind of shit. Because I've been dealing with a lot of fucking people playing games and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but me with the intuition, I can see it. Like I know what you're doing. I'm not giving into any of it. You cannot gaslight me anymore. It doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to hold people accountable, so that's my own little anger issue that I still have. Is like it's like why are you doing this?
Mm-hmm.
But
no.
I
Listen,
mean,
that's my thing. Like one of my love language is acts of service. My next one, close to acts of service, is people who hold themselves accountable. If you cannot hold yourself accountable, we have issues.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot move forward. We can't do nothing.
Absolutely.
If you can't see what the issue is, then we can't move forward.
If you don't think that you did anything wrong, if you always justify yourself, like
Mr. Perfect, okay, it's me, I guess.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So still some issues there, but that's not an issue with me anymore. I think that's just the pool of people that I have been around, right?
So what?
Cheaters.
Looking
Liars.
back and the choices you made, like what adjustment are you making so you can make better choices as far as
you know what, man? This is the thing. This is probably why I am alone.
Yeah, because you're extra picky.
I'm so hyper vigilant about it. Like I said, I feel like people are playing games with me because they feel like a little bit threatened. You know what I mean? So they want to kind of one up me in a way.
Yeah, go over and beyond.
Yeah, they want to one up me in a way.
It's crazy.
It's so weird. Like, oh, I'm catching people left, right, and center. But whatever.
So now that leads me to this question. Do you think you're ready to be in a relationship?
Yes, I want one. I would love one.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely ready.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not rushing into anything. I'm not looking either. It's not like I'm out here going to a bar like, ooh, who can I,
on
find?
the dating apps, whatever.
No, never have done that. Never will. It's so weird to me. But like, I am ready. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's just the way she goes, I guess. Right? But I know how I am. I know what.
You know your worth. You know what you want. You know
I know
yourself.
my worth now.
Yeah. You know yourself.
So that's why I'm not tolerating any of this.
I get
me
you.
4 years ago, 5 years ago, would have. Me now, no. I have a self-worth now.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. What message do you want to leave with women or anyone who might be in a similar situation but are afraid to seek help?
Oh. Yeah, but afraid to seek help. That was me. That was me at one point. But you're afraid to seek help.
I guess it goes back to what you said
answer.
earlier, which is just to find somebody you could trust.
Yeah, but if you're afraid to do that, what do? You gotta look within yourself. If you're afraid to go to somebody else.
Especially when you have children involved too, you gotta think about your children and whatnot.
If you have your children involved and you're afraid to seek help, then I feel like that's a little bit irresponsible on the part of the children because you have to put the children first.
Protect them.
Protect the children. If they're in a situation like that, they are not safe.
I asked my empress this, and I don't get it, where it's like women will expose their children to this abuse that they're going through, and now their children has suffered trauma from seeing their mother get abused and whatnot. You
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, like, do you care about you being in a relationship that much, or are you that much afraid of being alone that you would sacrifice?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know, and a lot of women are afraid in that situation. I think it would be financial as well, right? which obviously
Yeah, because
you can see.
because the guy might be the breadwinner and so on and so forth.
So what would she do after, you know? If
Do
she
you
leaves
know
him?
how much people right now are broken up but they still live together because of the
know.
financial situation out there?
I've
There's a
actually heard.
lot of people who are not together.
Bizarre.
Like they're broken up.
Yeah.
Like I've heard different situations where they're broken up, but because of financial situation, they're forced to stay together, live in the same under
That's
the same roof.
bizarre.
It's crazy. Imagine you're broken up and it's just weird.
You're still together, man, at that point. Like, come on. Like, there's no way. You're not convincing nobody
It's crazy.
that you meet on the outside.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but you're
That's
right.
a really hard question to answer.
The financial part of it is hard for the women. I get it. You know what I mean?
I'd say honestly, just do research maybe, like, because there are resources for everybody, right? There will be a way. It's not like you're going to be stranded on the streets. You know, there are things for you.
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
Although I may not know what all of them are, they're there though.
Yeah. You just Google, like I said,
Yeah.
like my Empress works for one organization. There's plethora of organizations out there for women that want to flee abusive relationship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we have the internet now, and there's so many blogs. I'm sure that if you do some research, you could find somebody that's been in a similar situation.
You could reach out to groups where you could be anonymous.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Reach out to Facebook groups where you could be anonymous and ask other women that have been through it, you know?
Even if you don't want to share your own experience, then you could read about other people's experiences.
And see how they did it, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Research, it's such a weird answer to the question saying research, but I think that would be it. Like, there are things websites that'll help you, resources that'll help you, people that'll help you. You don't even have to talk to them. You can just read.
It's crazy.
Get it in your head.
Well, I mean, yeah, man, we're about done. Is there anything else you want to touch on in regards to your road to recovery? And as far as your work, what's the plan with your tattoo? Like, how long you plan on staying here?
They will have to drag me out by force if I'm leaving this
there's
place.
There's no
leaving.
plans? You can't see yourself opening up your own tattoo shop one day?
Oh, yeah, that's far in the future, though. I feel like I have a lot to learn, and I like it here. You know what I mean? I have a lot of respect and appreciation for my mentor.
And it takes a lot of money I'm pretty sure, to open up your own shop and whatnot.
Probably at least $40K.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I still feel like I have a lot of dues to pay here, too. You know what I mean? He taught me how to feed myself.
That's great. That's
right?
great. That's
the
great.
best job in the world.
That's great. That's great.
So I'm going to stick around for quite a while.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's touch on some other stuff that's been going on in the world. See all the planes dropping out the sky? That's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of planes dropping out the skies lately. I don't know what's going on.
Well, there's a difference, though, between what we see and, like, the statistics. So I have gone into it. And there's actually less plane crashes now.
Than previous years?
Yeah, but it's just so much...
attention.
There's so much attention. It's being reported way more now. So it seems like there's a lot of plane crashes, but there actually isn't.
No, okay, that's crazy.
I know. I was getting curious about it too, and I was seeing it like every other day, and I was like, what?
Did you get to on the music side of things? Did you get to watch the Super Bowl and all that?
I did. Actually, I did. Yeah, I did. I went to a chicken wing spot. I just ate some chicken wings. That's all I wanted to do was eat some chicken wings and watch the halftime show.
What do you think?
It was all right.
It was it was all right.
Serena Williams made her appearance in there, broke the internet with that one.
Yeah. I know there's a whole mystery. Is he gonna do the song? Because right now Drake is suing everybody. My thing with Drake is like, listen, bro, you lost, right? The whole pedophile issue. That's something as a man you need to go address with Kendrick. Go address it with him.
Yeah.
He's doing everything. He's addressing everybody about Kendrick. Like, go me. I want my fade. You call me a pedophile. We're gonna have to.
Interesting.
We're gonna have to go into a square ring and do something.
I know. If someone calls you that,
like we're gonna have to talk. We have to talk.
Down.
We have to talk. You know, there's no. I want to sue this. I'm doing all kind of extra stuff that has nothing to do with the person, and he knows personally because he said some foul shit about his family too. So he knows. He can't really.
Jake?
Yeah, because he was like, yo, your son is not yours.
Oof.
yeah, your best friend is the father of your child. Like, it was just some weird shit that it's not even true, but he's just...
Yeah.
And we know, like, chances are we know Drake is not a pedophile. We know that.
Yeah.
It just so happened with the way the bar was. It kind of, it sounded, with A minor, all that shit.
Yeah.
It was a bar. It was a bar. The verse, everything fit. So, but at the same time, like, bro, you can't go the route. Like, nobody's ever lost a battle and start suing, like, so what? Like,
that's what he's doing, eh? What
well,
a sore loser, then.
That's what
it looks like.
That's what it is, because he's suing everybody, but go address the man that said what he said to you, man. I don't know, yo. I don't know. It's just weird to me, man. Music is in a funny space right now, because right now, it's been said at one point, I think Jay-Z coined this, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. But now we know that the numbers can be manipulated. Yeah. So, like, it's all fake.
People,
it's all fake, you know what I mean? It's all fake, which is, whatever.
I thought it was curious that Beyonce won Best Album of the Year for a country album.
Do you know any song from it?
No.
I don't. Maybe the country folks do. Any country, I don't know. But,
I don't know, man. There's some other country artists that I feel like are way more credible for country music than Beyonce.
Exactly. And even like Kendrick winning 5 Grammys, but yet Drake outstreams him like galore. So it's like, how much of it was really earned, or they just giving it to him to?
Yeah.
With the narrative,
there was
a lot of nonsense going on.
There was some female rapper, I don't know, female artist, Doechii?
What happened to her?
Nothing. She won something.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have never heard of this woman in my life. Who is?
There's a lot of great. Yeah. I don't know, man. But then the game is saturated, right? So we might just be trapped in our own bubble and we don't know.
Maybe.
But like a lot of numbers are doctors, yo. Don't believe the hype. There's a lot of people doctoring their numbers.
A lot of people, yeah. Especially now with like advertising.
And that's why even Drake is trying to expose that, because he's benefited from that too. So he's like, yo, I know what you guys are doing. You're doing it with Kendrick because you've done it with me. You know what I mean? Doctoring the numbers, and just shaping a narrative, So, but it's all entertainment anyway. So I try not to focus too much on that. And I hope you guys don't focus too much on these entertainers, because all they are is just distractions, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you want to look after yourself, take care of your health and body, and and so on and so forth. Which reminds me, one of my homies just passed away a couple of days ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yo, he was young, not older than 46.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died of a heart attack. Man was actually in the kitchen talking to his mom and collapsed. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's terrifying.
R.I.P. to my homie Jesse. Like, Jesse's one of those dudes, all across the board. I don't know anybody that could say anything negative about him. He just puts you in a good mood. It's weird, yo. Like, he was that dude. That I'm gonna miss him, yo. I have brunches. I have my, I don't know. I do vegan meal prep service, so once in a while I have like all you can eat brunches, and he's always showing up to it. So when I don't have them, he's always like sending me voice notes. Yo, when's your next brunch? Text him, when's your next brunch? It's crazy, yo. R.I.P. Jesse, we're gonna miss you, yo. But so moving forward, if they want tattoos, they want to contact you. If you're in the city of Toronto, what's your Instagram and so on and so forth? So
my name is Skully. I'm from Street City Tattoos. My Instagram is SKXLLY. You can hit us up on the Street City page as well, Street City Tattoos on Instagram.
Okay.
And I have an email as well, skullytattoos@gmail.com.
And also that, as far as, do you ever see yourself, hopefully, maybe speaking to young women and going to... and doing some activist work? Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I just don't know how to even start to get into that, right? I've been thinking about that since the incident has happened. 100%. That's something I want in my future. I'll talk to my Empress, and I think you guys should connect. Yeah? Yeah, I think you guys should connect. Okay, beautiful. You guys should connect, because I think she has avenues in where you can go with that. Beautiful. I'd love to. I'd love to be able to get better at speaking to women about this as well. You know what I mean? Because but there's only one way for you to get better, which is just by doing it. I know. So just go out there and connect with the women, with the young girls out there. I think they need to hear your story, because you're an inspiration. You know what I mean?
Thank
Our
you.
stories, what we've been through and survived, it's an inspiration for a lot of people.
Thank you.
So we can't just, you know what I mean, not talk about it.
Yeah.
You know? So I think
Sweep it under the rug.
no. I think you need to get out there and speak to the women. You need to get, especially young women. You know, you need to get out there and speak to them, tell them about the dangers and so on and so forth of being in a relationship, having low self-esteem and so on and so forth. How that could put you in certain situations.
Yeah,
You know?
just guide them in the right direction.
Each one teach one.
Yeah. What was that?
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one?
Yeah, each one teach one.
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easy to kind of spiral, you know what I mean? Into like a deep hole, self-destruction or whatever the vice may be, right? So I think it would be good if I could guide them away from those certain signs and,
For sure.
you know.
Well, we're going to cut this to the end now. Thank you for joining us for on another episode of 27 Letter Podcast. My name is Landry Onigbinde Bay, here with Skully. Make sure you reach out to her. I'm going to get my tattoo done. You guys are going to get to see it hopefully soon. All right? Peace.